Hello.
Hello.
That was a lot of gasping. There was some gasp going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's surprising. We haven't done this in a week.
Yeah. To be fair, it's very surprising we've done it 2 weeks in a row. to be perfectly fair, it's very surprising that we. I don't know. We somehow we were able to do it. Somehow we've been able to stretch.
Somehow we returned.
Somehow we were able to stretch out 131 weekly games in the past 4 years. Somehow we've been able to stretch out 2.5 years worth of games weeks into 4 years worth of time. We're so great. We're so wonderful.
We've missed 2 years.
We've outlasted
2.5 years.
We've outlasted the Confederacy doing this though, so that's very good.
Luckily.
It's still very funny to me. With that being said, hello everybody. We're going to jump us in to some Zelda today. We set a lot of things up last game. The last little bit of game was a bit rushed, so I do understand if it is going to if we need to go back and do anything that you guys want to do before making your way to the desert, or if you guys just want to hightail it back immediately after establishing base camp. It's up to you guys what you guys want to do. There's no humongo rush. We've already done this for 131 weeks. What's another 50 games? We'll see.
Hell yeah, that's the attitude we want.
Session 200, baby.
What's another 2 years?
You think I want to stop being Polo?
Day 583.
Let's go, Zelda all the time.
Stop being Marco.
Where will you be in session 200?
I can't believe that in session 200 we'll finally go to low rule.
Can't believe
guys, low rule was confirmed real.
if you guys
If
you guys force me to have 200 sessions of this, I might have to make you guys go to low roll. There might not be anything left to do. I might have to make you do that.
Just call it low rule Cooney. It's fun.
Cooney.
I hate it.
Oh,
Go work.
Zelda Campaign 2 is happening a lot quicker than I want it to. With that being said, we're gonna jump in and we'll decide who is gonna tell us what happened last time with a dice roll. That dice roll being this D8 here. I'm gonna roll this D8. 1 and 2 are Marco. 3 and 4 are Gorthos. 5 and 7 are Ronan. And 6 and 8 are Polo.
What need is there for this?
That is a 3. Gorthos, what happened last time?
That's a great question.
I believe in you.
Okay.
I'll even give you the Ballad of the Windfish.
Thanks. I always wonder one. I wonder how he's doing right now as he's a corpse on the ground.
No, the Windfish is fine. The Windfish is doing his thing.
Fuck. I think I remember it was a week.
If anyone jumps in right now, they'll be able to they'll be able to get double the rewards that I was gonna give to Gorthos. You can snipe that shit. Maybe even triple the rewards I was gonna give the Gorthos. If you snipe it right now.
I'm trying really hard.
Find no more. Find no rewards. What happened, Emerald?
Fuck you! I'm paying for quadruple reward.
What happened last week, Emerald?
The last time on this funny little game that I've now had to do this twice in a row on. We got home, but I think we did shit right before going home. Fuck.
You guys just decided where you guys were gonna go to rest.
Yeah, we decided we were gonna go to different places to rest. And as soon as each one of us went to those places, we fell the fuck to sleep instantly.
Oh.
Just keeled over. Except for Gorthos, because Gorthos doesn't sleep. Gorthos instead had his own little He did have that misadventure last time, right? I'm not.
Yeah, this is why I was okay with Gorthos telling us, but apparently Anthony forgot their big thing. Oh,
Great,
whatever.
Right, me not good day today.
It's fine.
Brain
I'll
not
tell them what
happy.
happened. So while the rest of us fell asleep, Gorthos had a weird like feeling, and he wanted to go to the door room. And when he went to the door room, he saw a vision of, I guess, the past, where he saw Aghanim being in here and talking to him about all kinds of weird shit. And like, I need you to touch one of these doorknobs, not Gorthos. My little weird puppet thing.
If you remember his name without looking at the token, I'll give you a reroll.
Douglas.
I was talking to Emerald.
I was gonna say Douglas, but
Give me my reroll.
I'm giving it to
I guess
Emerald.
give him the reroll.
I'm giving it to Emerald.
Good, give him my reroll.
Hooray! My little puppet Douglas is what he called him. My precious little puppy dog, Douglas.
Oh no. That's
I
problematic
need
as
you to
fuck.
grab one of these doorknobs because I cannot. They're very cool. Don't touch that one over there that's filled with like a lot of things in it. That one's weird.
I actually thought about it, and that one probably wouldn't have been cursed at this point, but you know, fuck it. It was already cursed apparently. Keep going.
We might have.
It
done
might have
that.
been. I don't know. The timeline is weird.
Thing to remember. Specifically.
Maybe he was seeing into the future himself. Either way.
Maybe. Maybe that doorknob has always been cursed in like a weird timeline shenanigans. And so it's like he has his plans. He's gonna go to the water temple soon. Gonna have that shit happen. And our little Douglas man, he's just like trying so hard to fight against this control, but he can like do like small, tiny things, like cast a funny little spell that would make him remember this situation happening if he stepped on it again. And Gorthos realizes, oh, this isn't happening, this is just a memory. And through this whole thing, Gorthos learns that he can basically do script magic, essentially, making runes out of the ancient Hylian script.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really fucking cool, and we need to take advantage of that immediately.
I want
as
everyone
soon
to
as
understand.
possible.
I want everyone to understand this. Gorthos didn't know he could do this at all, which means that in Gorthos's memory, no one has been able to do this except for this man.
Yeah, no.
Douglas?
That's how talented Douglas was.
Douglas
Fuck
is
me,
the most
dude.
talented magician the world has seen, and he was gone too soon.
He died to save an innocent fairy's life. This is why he's a hero.
Which is crazy to think about.
When Gorthos learned he could do this, he's like, I can fucking what?
Believe me, this is going to have untold consequences that you've given this to him. So he found this out, and this is great. This is perfect. He comes out the room again, back into here, trying to figure out, what am I gonna do now? And it's at this point, people come through the door. We see Sierra come in. No, wait, we see the little guy himself. We see so many of him. Let's find out. The Skull Kid and Sierra come through. Sierra is fed up with this little shithead. And is also fed up at the desert because they're just not letting them do basically anything. It's weird. It's just weird stuff. They're going back on how they were letting men into the city again. Because,
Wrong
you
city.
know, the whole force is gone.
Remember, there are two cities in
There are
the
two cities
desert.
now.
One of them doesn't allow men. The other one is apparently allowing men.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. This one where there's a skeleton crew in the city does not allow men in, and she's very annoyed about this because we didn't realize that it was actually the other city only that was allowing men in, with the way things are said, it wasn't like that, and who knows what's going on. She's mad, she's upset. She takes the doorknob and she goes back through after explaining all of her troubles to Gorthos. And then the little guy stays behind and says some of the things that he kind of sort of remembers about the desert because his memory's not the best, despite it just happening to him. There's shiny shit in the desert, there are storms happening. Kuro's hurt a little bit, but he's fine because he protected him from sand glass storms that are happening in the desert, which is great. It's perfect. And not completely terrifying at all to think about. Sierra comes back through like hours later after just needing to find a single place to put the doorknob, and it's like, oh, the whole time Kuro was just fucking gone. She was trying to find him. Kuro has been vanished, disappeared, kidnapped. Which is very annoying.
Yes.
And upsetting. During this whole bit, Skull Kid's being annoying to the wizard body and to everyone, so he sends Gorthos to send the wizard body to the smithing area so they could keep talking. And then he sends the little guy to the smithing area where the wizard body puts him into a fucking box and sits on it. So that's a very important detail that I remember.
We didn't sit on it. He stuffed him in a box and walked away.
He stuffed him into a box and walked away, that's right.
Cause skeleton body is Engi.
Engi skeleton body. He's kicking everything, trying to hit things. Gorthos says he needs to make that thing a metal scratching post to practice its magic. And that is specifically what I remember from Gorthos' stuff.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You went into a lot more detail there than I thought you were going to. Good job.
Yeah.
What about
And so we
what
go
about
to the next
Hathaway's?
part.
Yeah.
You see, as the three of us, Ronan, Polo, and Marco, fell asleep in our various circumstances, we found ourselves in a dream together. And in this dream, we saw 3 golden ladies. Because apparently, after getting the Triforce of Power fixed, as however it was, we were supposed to talk to these ladies apparently the first time we touched this thing. But the 3 golden goddesses have decided that we were going to talk and have some questions answered. And we also see all the previous holders vaguely of the Triforce. It's really neat. Very interesting stuff. Of all the questions that we could have asked them, we didn't ask them all that much, to be honest. We did get some interesting answers, like Low Rule and other pockets of interesting realms in our world existing. Skull Run for Gorthos vindicated. And it wasn't actually by their own power that at the very start, Aga and Pika were weirdly connected to Galen and Ronan. It was actually Agnan again with his emotional magic bullshit.
Fucking asshole.
Because he was also probably gonna kill those 2 right after killing Hosier's brother. Because, you know, that's just the kind of guy he is. Bastard monster.
There they are. I made them.
There they are. They said that this world was an abandoned project of theirs as they went to move on to other ones. But you know that their influence is still felt despite this. It's pretty neat stuff. We were given power by them. We now have the really cool Mark of Powers over here, and we like it. We like it a lot. Look at that. It's real neat stuff. And you're drawing tits on them.
I didn't.
Congrats.
I did not. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing there. Mark of power though. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Look at those marks of power.
Very useful stuff for Marco in particular. He's dealing with some bullshit at the moment.
What happened after you talking to the goddesses?
After talking to the goddesses, getting some information, we woke up. Polo apparently in her sleep, the goddess of the sun ripped up sheets and junk. It's very funny shenanigans happening over there. And we all basically started convening in the main house. Ronan, I think, got a note from his girlfriend.
You don't have to say everything.
I know. I don't remember what was on the note though, so I was just pointing that out.
I get you.
We came back to the place, we had breakfast, and we started discussing what had happened the previous night, catching each of us up to speed on what was going on. And then we decided to go and
Eric, you got some stuff happening in your background, Eric.
Do I?
Yeah, it's
Shit,
like
sorry.
quack, quack, quack.
My bad.
No, you're cool. It's probably just it's picking up like background like easier because of some kind of freaking, I was gonna say Skype thing, but Discord thing.
Yeah, my noise gate has been weird lately.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Emma.
That is all I remember. We decided to go to the desert after catching each other up on what happened.
You guys went to the desert. You guys have brought the several peeps here. There was a conversation about whether or not you were going to bring Radon. You ended up doing that. You guys learned a little bit more about potentially what that legend was from Gallon, the person who can apparently create glass in the desert. But yeah, once you guys made your way here, we had decided that if you guys wanted to go back and have done anything before this, you definitely can. We're not going to stop you. If you guys wanted to make your way back to just be like, oh no, we did this before coming here, that's perfectly fine. Or again, if you guys just want to set things up in the tent you have apparently been given, or go and speak to the person who ended up actually giving this to you, you can do that and then return. It's up to you guys. As you guys have made your way here into the desert, I will give you, Marco, you will have exactly, you know what? You can have one of these. There you go. I'll give you one of those. You can have one. You have a goddess token. Good job.
Yay!
Wonderful, wonderful. As each of you would make your way here into the desert, I will go to each of you and I will see if any of you have anything you want to have done before coming to the desert. And if not, we will continue from where we are. So going down the list, Marco, did you want to do anything before coming to the desert?
He probably would have checked on Hosea if everyone else has had like issues waking up.
Yeah, as I told you last time, Hosier would most likely still be asleep. Making your way to Hosier, he would have essentially been in the same position that Obera was in, unable to wake up for at least another couple of hours, you're decently sure.
Yeah. Beyond that, I wouldn't have had anything else to really do beyond dropping off the box. He probably would have left that box, that special box, at his house.
Okay, so you do not have your spark of rebellion with you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You left that at home.
Has the other things with them, just not the spark.
Gotcha. That is a odd title screen music. Oh, is it doing the thing again where it's going off my thing?
Probably.
I hate that apparently they do that now, where they can bring in songs that you don't have on your playlist. I turned that off. I don't know how it's doing that. Either way, Polo, did you want to do anything before making your way to the desert?
Off the top of my head, there isn't anything that urgently needs to be done before going to the desert.
Yep,
I think.
no is a wonderful answer.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. No, I don't think Hadar said that he wanted to go to the desert.
No, Hadar
no.
knows that your brother's there, and he's like, I will talk to your brother after he returns, essentially.
Yeah, so I was pretty sure. I was pretty sure there was nobody urgently wanting to go to the desert with her. Probably get a hair and an arrow from Shefos, and then that's probably it.
That's a wonderful thing to have told me. Yes, you could definitely get a new hair from Shefos, since the old hair that was used by Heckin Sierra would have been used by now. So you can definitely get a new hair from Shefos. Your brother, the only thing you would have learned from him is that he is, while your brother is in danger, he is relatively sure that he will be fine. Just from the fact of, if he couldn't kill him, he's not sure anybody else can.
Yeah.
But you know, that might just be Hadar overestimating Hadar, as we've seen him do.
Yeah. So it's we don't know.
Yeah. Gorthos, is there anything you wanted to do before making your way to the desert? And again, no is a fine answer. Gorthos?
There we go.
There.
Nothing comes to mind right now, no.
Okay, and Ronan, did you want to do anything before making your way to the desert? You have Dawn.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure you would have picked up Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nothing comes to mind?
Nope.
All right. As you guys have made it now into the desert, you guys do find, upon stepping it onto the sands, I have changed the map. The old map was fun to have, but I found this new map. It's very much reminiscent of that old map. It's very fine. It doesn't have a grid, which is good. But now you guys have this going down. There are lots of people in this little encampment, as you guys would have made your way out from. There is a bit of a hustle and bustle about the area. At this point, upon coming out, you guys would have noticed that it is a lot hotter than you would have thought it would be here. Not by like scorching levels, but even like, according to Gallon, looking around here, is like, no, this is pretty hot for this time of year. This is pretty fucking hot. What you can only assume is some sort of reaction to whatever's going on around here, magical or otherwise, is going down. But he definitely has advised some of you looking directly over toward where Gorthos is to not touch Gorthos. As Gorthos will very soon get to the point where you can cook an egg on him with all of that black metal surrounding him. As you guys have made your way out, looking all and about and seeing everybody separate themselves, you guys would notice that the three other Zora who are with you would have all taken some potion. They would have each taken some elixir, from what you guys can tell. And beyond that, you're not entirely sure what to do from here. Looking off and about the area, you could make your way toward the grandest tent that is here to potentially talk to the person in charge of this place. You guys would know them to be the same person that Gallon is having some issues with, as well as you guys have met before. The builder's son should be there. Who knows if other people are off and around as well, but most likely you will at least find him if you go there. Otherwise, you guys can make your way out from the city and make your way into the desert to traverse any way you guys wish to go. At this point,
so
you could also even just talk about your plan at that point as well.
we were just gonna go right to the temple, right?
Currently, the temple is that walled place they're making, right? I want to go there.
Yeah. I mean, that's where we need to go, ultimately.
I wouldn't say no to going and visiting the original city again, since they apparently were the last place that Kuro was seen. That being said, they probably took him to the walled city more than likely, if they're the ones that are responsible for his disappearance.
That is under the assumption that our presence would not cause some sort of retaliation. I feel like, even considering your status, Galen, you can't just walk into Gerudo City.
We're gonna have to walk into one of them no matter what.
It is inevitable that we meet. What's the word? Resistance. No matter where we go here.
You also see Gallon at this point, just because this was the last place it would have been going down. Gallon is looking off and about at some of the people in this place. He is seemingly scanning this place about, looking about at some of the people that are surrounding this place.
In the last game, he was like squinty-eyed at someone called Bolson.
Oh, it wasn't Bolson. His name is Just Son.
Just Son. Okay.
Yeah. It is. He is
looks like Bolson.
He is off in this main tent. He does not like him.
Yeah, and I know, but Polo doesn't.
He was squinty-eyed over there, but you do see him currently looking off and about at all of the different area, as if scanning the inhabitants of this place. I can't find the Zora I wanted to put in here, because there's a couple of Zora that should also be here. They're the same Zora that were in Castletown originally, the ones that came and did that stuff with Ronan, the dancer people, and I can't find them.
Oh, well, I know the girl one was orange, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, there's an orange one there.
Yeah, we could just take
copy
them. We could just take them. I just don't remember their names. I know their colors.
I believe the girl's name was Nala.
There you go.
And the guy's name was Hamilton.
I love Hamilton.
Hamilton rings a bell.
Was Hamilton red or blue? I can't remember.
He was red.
He was red? There we go. We'll just give those two over. You would have recognized these two. Again, as I mentioned, there are several Zora in this area. Some of them, or most of them, are wearing hats. Seemingly just like just having them up and about on themselves. You do recognize that a couple of them who are looking about are dancing off at the beginning of this place. They are over at the front of this place, looking as if they are practicing. There are other Zoras moving off and about, however.
Practicing their like performance or like
yeah, they're just dancing.
Or... Okay.
These two down here, they're just having a good old time. They're just dancing.
Okay.
With their little flappy hats. Eventually, Gallon returns after looking around at everybody.
So, I mean, do we want to check out the temple first? I mean, if Kuro's not there, then we can make our way to the thing afterwards, right?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Alrighty then.
Any
no
objections?
problem for me.
No objections.
What do we do about them? Motions over toward Rudon, Gidon, and Adam.
That's a good question.
Well, it can't explore the desert. And besides, we kept up our word. Rudon has seen the desert.
Weren't we supposed to bring her to the temple?
Was that part of our bargain?
I'm pretty sure it was, wasn't it? God.
You guys were supposed to bring her to the place she wanted to go to in the desert.
Which I believe was the temple. Maybe we could take care of things there first and then bring her.
We are rapidly encroaching upon a wartime Gerudo desert. It can wait. Yes, so next time we come here, we'll take her.
This can be a lesson to her in some way of not now, honey, as they say.
Well,
Currently, it doesn't look like she's pestering us very much to do anything.
should be over enthusiastic about things, but you'd think she'd be all over the place here.
She's taking her duty very seriously.
Sierra
That is
looks back
doubtful.
toward where the tent is. As she does, she seems to open the flaps and close the flaps like several times, trying to basically suss it out. She eventually sighs. Doesn't look like you're going to be using this tent anymore. It's just going to take us right back to that place. Maybe they can get into the main part by... She, like, lifts up a part of the tent and goes in. She comes back out. Yeah, they can still have access to this. They just have to make another opening.
Well, that's how a tent would work.
I'm going to go say thank you to the one that let me use it. I'll be ready to make my way out in a few minutes.
All right.
All right, then.
Sierra makes her way over toward the large tent.
Who wants to be the one to explain to Rudan that she can't come with us to the temple?
I can explain to her. Maybe she might take it seriously if it's from one royal to another.
That's a good point.
Maybe. Very much worth the shot.
Polo, do you want to make your way over?
She will. She will hold the baby, and she will motion to Orion to come with her.
You and the baby will go.
Just,
Currently, you don't have an Ophi out, so I need to just move Ophi off.
Yeah. By Acer.
Wait, Acer's on Ophi.
There you go.
There you go. She can stay with Gallon.
Currently, you don't have an Ophi out, so I just put Ophi off to the side. As you make your way, you sort of try to hand Acer over toward Gallon. Gallon appears to still just be looking around at the different people. He doesn't put his hands out to take her or anything. And eventually...
No, she was just gonna put Acer on his head.
That's fine. You
or
put
just somewhere in his hair.
You put Acer up onto Gallon, and Gallon does not seem to mind.
Hello?
Me?
Hello?
Hey. How you doing?
Are you all right? Welcome back to the waking world. Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just looking for someone.
I can keep an eye out. I'm going to go see little Rodon.
Well, she's pretty easy to find. At least out of everybody here, I don't see any Garuda, though.
Oh, your mother.
Yeah, she and Dad were here the last time I was here.
It might be a little bit difficult, but if you have a parcel or any idea of their scent, maybe Orion can track them down.
I don't have anything from them. They'll turn up. If they're not here, they're at the city.
All right.
Which tent was hers?
Oh, this place has grown since the last time I was here. It was about, what, 6 months since I've been here? Maybe longer, depending on how that door worked. I still don't know if I immediately showed up with motions toward Marco and Ronan, or if it took me a while to transport myself through space. I don't know. It felt like I opened a door and then stepped out into water with all of you. But I still don't know if that was instant or not. It could have been any amount of time. Whenever I talk to Koro, things get weird.
How weird?
Koro told me how long they kept him captive in the original city whenever they got him. And it was a lot longer than I feel like it should have been. I always sort of just chucked it up to Kuro being Kuro, but now that I'm here, he like motions toward the tents. There's a lot more people here than I remember, and I'm guessing, according to the smoke out there, points a little bit down to the south, that there's even more tents in the surrounding areas. This place is a lot bigger than I remember.
How long then?
I don't know. Again, Koro isn't the best when it comes to keeping track of things, so I'd always just sort of chucked it up to that. But if he's right about it, then it just doesn't add up, even with the month that we apparently went back in time. Worst case scenario, I I actually haven't been back to the desert in like a year or so. That's why I said
What
earlier
is-
it was maybe 10 months is my hopeful estimate.
Hey, a new guy. Did you know
I
it's
see.
peeps?
If she is here, we can find her. What is her name?
Give me a second while I go and scroll up over here, because I definitely know my mom's name.
Of course. Why are you talking like as if you don't know shit?
Yana.
Yana. Locals will ask around about Yana.
Oh, and my dad's name is Menson.
Yana and Mince. Understood.
I will keep an eye as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if I do find her, I will allow Orion to guide her to you.
Yeah, I'll just keep a eye out. Whenever you guys leave, I'll notice. I'll just walk my way over. Come on, Aster, let's check this place out. Gallon goes to start making his way down toward the south, where again, he seems to think there are more tents just off screen from where this little square is. So Gallon is going to make his way down toward the south area of this to try to look around the other tents down there.
Mm-hmm. Right. And she will make her way to Rudan, while trying to think of how to talk her out of going to the dangerous temple.
You make your way over to Radon. As you do notice that both Gidon and Adam are sort of just standing around her. You notice that Adam has mostly went to seemingly like touching his scales, the dark scales on his body, and seeing how he feels about things. He seems mostly at ease. But is checking himself out. As you approach Radon goes over and immediately runs to you and then stops at Orion and throws arms around Orion.
This is why we brought the dog. Kids love dogs.
Hello again,
It's a
Orion.
rule.
Also, Polo.
Oh, Matt.
Are you guys doing your thing yet?
Not quite yet. We are still kind of regrouping and seeing how we're going to proceed with things. But I had wanted to see how you and Master Gidon and Mr. Adam are doing.
Oh, we're fine.
Wonderful. Well, how do you like the desert?
She just kind of kneel to like get on her level.
So how are you enjoying the desert?
Oh, it's a lot hotter than I thought it would be.
It is, isn't it?
I've never
Nothing
felt
like-
something like this before.
Really? How do you feel right now?
But I feel really steamy. And like really they stop. Icy?
I see.
Just kind of looks up at Adam like,
I see.
We had cooling elixirs just before you approached.
Oh, that's just the elixir.
We were able to collect a few, but motions over toward Gidon. Seems like this one had a lot of, I guess, supply before he made his way here.
Well, it is good to be prepared. I do have an extra one. Do you feel like you would need it in a case of emergency?
Whenever we were just off to the south of Lonlon, we had gathered quite a lot of resources for just in case we had to make our way into the desert. I have enough for myself and the rest of them here. I take, unfortunately, many more than they do. We should have enough for at least 4 days.
Surely there has to be an apothecary somewhere here who can probably blend you a couple batches should you need any more. This is the desert after all, and I don't think you're the only Zora who do make your way here, although albeit rare.
There are a couple of Zora over there, and from what we know, there's some Zora over by where the temple place is. Because that's where all the men disappeared to. She says excitedly.
Yes, that is where all the men disappeared to, didn't they, Rudon?
Mm-hmm. So that's... They stop.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's... Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So that's that.
Yep. Now, I understand that there were some plans about going to the temple later.
We weren't planning anything.
We weren't? Well, I mean, we were, as in me and the rest of the champions.
Oh, yeah, you guys do your thing.
Hmm. So then we are well aware that you are to be staying put here with Lord Gidon and Sir Adam?
Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna go out of their sight.
Wonderful.
Now she's like,
I'm here again. Wonderful. I guess, wanted to reiterate that everything will be good here. So then, Lord Gidon, what are the plans for you guys, for you all here?
She looks back at Gidon and she puts a finger to her neck. As she looks up at him, he like looks at her and just looks back. Under threat of execution, I shouldn't say.
Mr. Adam?
She looks at Adam and does the same thing. Adam looks to you. We're planning on making our way to the temple as soon as all of you go.
I love Adam.
there's
I'm so
there's
happy
that-
we saved
No,
him.
you're supposed to say the other thing.
there's that thing of like she was like kneeling at Rudon's eye level, and then she just stands back up and somehow with the baby crosses her arms.
Rudon,
Uh-huh. Hi.
you know that the reason we are making sure you don't go is for your safety.
Yeah. Which
This
is
goes
why I was
against-
gonna go anyway.
That goes against your safety.
Yeah. But it's fine, because
Now-
I'm not a guy.
Lord Gidon and Sir Adam are.
Well, she looks at you.
No,
Look,
no.
first off, you don't
No.
have to call him Lord. He's just a guy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
you heard her. I do not have to. I can cast aside semantics.
Apparently you
pleasantries.
can.
It's like, hey, I was being courteous and polite because it's how you do things. That's how I was taught.
It's
She
fine,
said I don't
never-
have to.
It's fine. We're all friends here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's a spoiled brat.
She's just like you, but small.
But, I still need to go, though.
And why is that?
Because that was what I was supposed to do.
And then, was there any business you needed to do at the temple?
No, but that's sort of the place that I'm supposed to go. I don't really understand the temple all too much, but whenever I was still in the pools, that's where I was supposed to go.
I see. Well, I can't say really much about any visions or voices that might have told you to go there. And if what is meeting
Gidon
you
looks
there is,
away.
and if what is potentially waiting for you there is fate, I'm sure it can wait a little bit longer until the conditions are more safe. Do you not think so?
Might not be able to. Could I speak to you, friend, while the others gather their strength?
Hey, a new guy.
Sure. Is that okay with you, Rudon?
It looks around. I don't know how to gather my strength.
It is mostly a way of saying getting a good amount of rest, getting a good amount of exercise and some good food in so you're ready to take
Oh.
on the day.
Oh, I can do exercise. I can do that. Radon starts running off after letting go of Orion, and she starts running over toward the people who are dancing.
There you go.
Adam walks after her. As Gidon looks over to you. Hello there, friend.
You can call me by name, if you wish.
Could you please tell me your name again?
Oh, that's right.
I'm sorry.
No, it is okay. We never truly were able to formally exchange names when you were,
Yeah.
encumbered. My name is Polo.
And your title, should I need to say it? You are a royal, are you not?
Yes, I am, future Queen of the North.
Would you like me to refer to you as Queen or Princess, then?
I'd only recently had been getting used to Princess. Right now, really, when you think about it, my older brother is the standing king.
Then Princess Polo, there is many things that I would like to go over about this place. You and the others most likely would have already put together that I was the one to give them that blade. The one that they hold that is forged after the diamond spear. That is a weapon that I had entrusted to them, and the mission I entrusted to them was to be whenever they were strong enough to pull the blade to make their way into the desert, toward where the temple is, in order to find something. Most likely at that time it would have been me. That being said, I didn't expect it to be this soon, but I also didn't expect the desert temple to be home to an entire force of people at this point. Back whenever I made them that thought.
I think it's fair to say you couldn't have predicted the circumstances, yes?
I wanted to make sure that no matter what happened to me in this war, my blood would continue to hold the powers that were given to them, their right. Even if my daughter did not become king, I wished for her to be able to have that power in case she needed it. Thus, I had buried a treasure there for her. Sorry, you Hylians say treasure.
I am not Hylian.
Oh,
We
I
say,
knew you were
we
half
say,
demon. I did not know if you were... Oh, so you are human.
and then again, I am from the north of Hyrule.
Ah, I see.
We say treasure.
I see. Either way. I did not realize that that place would be as,
Compromised?
compromised as it is. There is a artifact there. One that has the properties of the changing waters. Your friends hold 2 of them, of similar make. This one is the same, a medallion.
Oh,
It is one given to me by my father, and his father before him. I did not need its power whenever I was going forth. I did not think that I would ever need it. As such, I wanted to make sure that if I somehow perished in this war against my people, or with my people, or even in the future war that would happen between us and Hyrule, that no matter what, their goal would be the same as mine, to go and collect this thing.
Mm.
But now that I know that there is an entire city of people on top of where I put this artifact, I believe that we need to go and reclaim it as quickly as possible. And the only one who can reclaim it, unless they have some strange magics to aid them, are people of the royal blood of the Zora.
I see.
While there is no chance that I believe that there was one there that could do it, I have been wrong many times before.
If we were to hypothetically deduce that there might be someone with royal blood currently in the Gerudo's temple.
I do not know if the blood of Hyrule, I do not know if the spell that is placed upon this artifact would translate to other royal bloods or just my own. It is not something I would know much about. Magic is somewhat alien to me. My tribe is not known for its mages.
So it could be as specific as blood from your bloodline, or as broad as blood from any royal bloodline.
At which point, I need to reclaim it. Even if I do not hand it to my daughter immediately, even if one of you were to claim it, it still needs to be claimed. It is not something that I wish to fall into the hands of another. At least with you, I will trust it will eventually land in the hands of my daughter.
Of course. I would ask if you can recall where it was that you stowed it away, and if it was hopefully relatively away from the possible sights and hands of the Gerudo.
I do not know if it is away from the sights and hands of them any longer, but it was beneath a tablet, one that I had brought into that place on my own. The tablet had a song upon it, one that is, well, sort of essential to my people.
Does the song allow one to move the tablet, or does it allow one to
The song,
use the medallion?
unfortunately, has no true relevance to the medallion beneath it. It was used as mainly a marker. Though, one who understood the song potentially could have made their way toward the waters of the Great Lake whenever they needed to.
So, if you say it is a so you say it is a song that is quite familiar to the Zora, so Ronan should be able to identify it.
Potentially, yes. I do not know if it still lays beneath that tablet, however. If they have moved it, and if they have been able to find some way to get into the parcel itself, then most likely they are in, well, possession of it. At which point we need to reclaim it as soon as we can.
It would probably be a matter of how inconspicuous you made it.
I am not
If
the
you
most inconspicuous person at times.
It's just literally a tablet over a hole.
That being said, I understand the dangers of making my way toward there as someone of, well, my own stature as well as of someone of the male persuasion. What happened to my people could very well happen to me, but from what every information source I have gathered, the people there seemingly are there of their own free will.
It is still not something we wish to risk, and it is not a claim that we have verified yet.
It is not something you wish to risk, but it is something I wish to risk. With or without my daughter or the Diamond Spear, I will be making my way there.
And do you have any fail-safes planned should you turn against us?
One. But that is the same failsafe that I have for many things.
That...
You need not be concerned about my safety. What you would need to do is in the times that you feel that I may be a threat to you. Call out my name as loudly as you can. Believe me, it will not be long until I am at that point taken away from being a threat to you. Lastly, I would ask that you give more caution to treating me in the way you do. She still does not know.
Yes,
quite honestly, it is probably better that if I do have to be taken away from being a threat here, it is most likely better she never knows.
While I can respect your decision to some degree, I cannot agree with it.
Oh. And why is that, Princess?
Because as someone who does not know her father, it is sad.
Sad.
I think if I had the opportunity to have known him, even had a couple days where I could interact with him, I would very much appreciate that. And while she does not know the truth yet, I feel that should she ever learn the truth, she will then have many memories of the man that is her father, and will be able to think happily on them. For as silly as they are,
Happily.
I feel keeping it hidden from her is denying her that happiness.
You tell me that you would be happy knowing I was your father? The one who caused all of this pain and destruction to my own people? I still think that what I did was relatively something that could be done, despite my own thoughts being somewhat shifted by that golden power. It is still something that I had thought beforehand. Whether I acted on it or not was a different story. You think that someone like that, you would be proud having that being your father?
I do not think pride really has anything to do with it. I do not think you can be truly acquitted of your past sins. But I still feel it is wrong to deny you a future where you can make up for them.
You do realize I tried to toss you into lava before.
And my brother on top of that. I still believe that at the end of the day, once you remove titles and race and all of those things, Rudon is just a girl.
He looks over toward where she is with Adam.
And I feel that just as she has her mother, she has every right to have her father. She has a right to delight in knowing both of them. And I feel she also has the right to decide what opinion of you she wishes to have. Whether she holds you close to her, or she decides that maybe estrangement is best. I feel she has a right to make that choice once she is old enough to make it. Had your father committed your sins, would you have wished not to know him?
That's different. He would... You're a strange one, Polo.
I have been told as much. I have also been told that I might be too forgiving for my own good. But
you are strange, but you are persuasive.
Well, I mean, that is a desirable trait in potentially a royal and a diplomat, is it not?
Very much so. If the people of Hyrule had a ruler like you, perhaps I wouldn't have wanted so badly to deny them.
Hmm. It gives me... I'm happy to hear that. I just wish to believe that every person, big or small, regardless of their past, if they truly wish redemption, they should have a chance at it. To deny them a chance is probably one of the cruelest things one can do.
So, would you have me tell her then?
I feel that whenever you feel the time is right, whenever you feel that she is at a maturity where she can really assuage a route of where she wishes to go, then tell her. Maybe once all this is over. But for now, I think I'm not quite sure how well she would understand.
If I were to tell her now, then I'm sure I could distract her for at least a day. Give all of you a chance to make your way there before us. I feel that I do have to make my way to that place. No matter what, I have to recover that medallion. It is far too powerful to leave in this place. But if I allow you to make your way there first, perhaps you could find it before I even approach. I know that as soon as I make my way into that place, whether they have their magic or not, I may not make my way out. This may be the only time I have a chance to tell her.
If you feel that is best, I would say that listen to the part of you that is not the former king of the Zora or general of an army, but of a father.
I will be able to distract her for at least a day. I will make my way with her off somewhere while all of you make your way toward that place. And I will have Adam with me whenever I tell her. If she then wishes to stay with me a while, or whether she wishes to be away from me, then at least Adam will be with her. So go. I will take care of it. He starts walking.
Alrighty then, Mr. Gidon.
Oh. And your brother. The one who I fought before and destroyed his artifact?
Yes, yes.
Tell him that if he wishes, I have another for him.
Does it give immortality?
It does not.
Oh.
I did not have anything of that power. But I do have this. He motions to the cloak on his side.
Oh.
It will not make up for what I did to your family. But I do hope that the demons of the north and we Zora of the sea can have relatively good relations in the future.
Of course. I will let the current standing king know that he already has delegations awaiting him.
He walks away.
All right.
You see him
Mission
a little bit off, just sort of lean his way down as Radon is being taught dancing by the other two, and Adam is just standing there awkwardly.
Doing the shepherd shuffle.
Look,
look, slave, they taught me how to hit that gritty.
That's wonderful, master.
That's great.
She's just like, I think that was mission accomplished. I shall now return.
Orion nods. He understands. Definitely.
Me too knows what it's like to do things you don't like to do. Like being out by a child.
He's used to it. He's used to a lot of things.
You guys make have essentially set things in this place ready to sort of be like temporary base or whatnot. Polo comes back after talking with the three Zora and seems to return with good news.
I know the location of a medallion.
What?
So, Mr. Gidon said that he would be able to keep Rudon at bay for about a day. And told me the location of a treasure he had left in the temple for her, which was the treasure that she had apparently been called to seek out. It is apparently hidden under a tablet with a familiar song that the Zora should be able to recognize. But he cannot recall how inconspicuous he made it. But, apparently the royal blood could probably activate it, but he is not very trustful of the magics that the Zora could used on it. So it could be either very specific to only Zora royal blood, or as broad as maybe even Marco can touch it.
There are probably two reasons why I could probably touch it, but
I mean, the Zora are part of Hyrule.
You just see Matilda go over, put a hand on Marco, and put a hand on Polo. Well, at least one of us three should be able to at that point.
How did you get here?
I've been here the whole time.
She's been here the whole time.
I was.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned at the end of the last game that there would be no fucking way that I wouldn't be here.
Ah, I see.
I've been over there with Link. Anyway.
But yes, in one possible case scenario, any sort of royal blood should be able to activate it. I'm not really sure if my blood constitutes as royal blood. I'm not sure what quantifies royal blood. But
well, if it didn't before with the demon god, maybe it does now.
Yeah, well, this is a royal on his father's side now.
I guess so. But then, if it is oddly specific, then the only people who could possibly unlock it is Mr. Gidon and Rudon, which is why at some point Mr. Gidon will be heading over to the temple to procure it.
Well, I mean,
If there's anyone who
could,
could, then we have the princess. And if not, then from what you have all told me, Marco does have a strange sort of connection with the blood of the goddess. And if anybody could consider themselves royalty and demons, it is the daughter of Astaroth.
Astaroth?
Fucking not Astaroth. That's the other demon that's here. It's the other. That's the girl with the big sword.
Lol.
Damn it!
I get what you're saying. I picked up what you put down, but it's still funny.
It is.
We could see.
Well, there's also Zelda being there.
I could trick it into working for me.
The thing is, though, the Gerudo chieftain is there, and probably also quantifies as royal blood.
At least according to her.
I mean, she sure seems to think so, but
Yeah,
I
according
don't
to
know
her,
if that
she's
would...
some kind of empress or whatever now, right?
Again,
Whoa.
it really depends on how broad this spell is, and this is
Yeah, I
only a
don't-
possible case scenario.
I don't know if calling yourself a queen makes you qualify for magics for queens.
What about Don?
Whoa.
Don's the kid of like the king and queen of the Dodongos, right?
It's more of a speciation identification rather than an
Also,
actual
aren't you like a
title.
great fairy as well? So you should be able to do it too, because you're technically royalty.
Z, when you really think about it, what my brother and I have done is really not that different.
To be fair, though, in the olden days of this place, before the tribes were really solidified, people just started calling themselves leaders left and right for a while.
But you
So
also
maybe
had
Ronan can open it at that point.
I don't think I could.
Well, you have this. You have like some kind of a song that's close to the Zora people, right?
I mean, yeah.
It could be, but he didn't really say what kind of song it could be.
You know the effects of it.
I mean, yeah, I know it can.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm talking to Polo. Polo knows. He said that apparently the song could bring you back to the Great Lake.
Oh, apparently he did say it was a song that could bring you back to the Great Lake.
Is that the song that I have, Dico?
Yes,
or
the
is that-
Serenade of Water is the song that brings you to toward the Great Lake.
Yeah, I have that one.
Oh, then you should be able to recognize it. Unfortunately, the song has nothing to do with the seal, so...
Well, at least we know where that is.
Okay, cool.
Or what that is,
good.
at the very least.
Mm.
Right now,
But-
the only problem is getting through the desert. I mean, it's
We-
getting hotter and
Yeah.
hotter, and from what people have told me, it's supposed to get cooler at night. Should we wait till then, or should we go now?
We could consider it.
If this is magic, I'm not entirely sure if we can even assume it might get colder at night. Maybe it even gets hotter, for all we know.
And at the moment, they only have enough cooling elixir to last them about 4 days.
And you said Gidon can only really keep Rudan distracted for a little bit, right?
He says that he can give about a day before he himself will also have to head over. It seems like he is considering telling her the truth of the matters.
At least while they're close to the tent here, they don't have to worry about staying in the desert if they get uncomfortable.
It is true.
Truth of what matters.
That he is her father.
What?
What do you
Wait.
mean, what?
We're just gonna do it right now?
Well, yeah, well, when you really think about it, if Mr. Guidon makes his way to the temple, there's a possibility that he might be tempered. And it means that we might have to fight against him, or he might even perish. So this might be the only opportunity he has. That's what he said, at least.
Polo, for some reason as well, he told you that if he ever did become any sort of threat, or if he did have anything,
She was gonna mention that.
for some reason, yell out his name. That's really weird.
He says that should he get tempered, we are to yell out his name very, very loudly. I'm not quite sure if that actually works against the tempering, but I am willing to take his words at heart if he thinks that will work, but...
From what he said, it doesn't really have anything to do with the tempering. He had said that that's the same, what is it? That's the same backup plan he had for anything here in the desert.
Apparently it's the backup plan he had for any possible circumstance in the desert. So again, I'm not sure how that works, but maybe he has something up his fin?
Maybe we should assume that if we're ever really bad off, we yell his name?
Maybe. But...
They're real mad.
But he says that telling her that and occupying her with it should be able to afford us at least a day. But that he will have to go in and try to procure it should he think that we are taking too long.
Well, then I guess we should probably get a move on then, huh?
Yeah.
Such impatience. Well, it's not like we were working on a time crunch anyway.
If it is a medallion, though, you just see Link look over toward where you are, Gorthos. Then if there's anybody here who could figure out how to use it, it would be the only race in Hyrule that doesn't fear the goddess metal it's made of.
Of course.
We need to watch out in case it's turned against us in any way.
Oh, it'd be catastrophic if it were to.
Did he say what the medallion did?
He did not say exactly what it does, but he said that his intention was, should anything happen to him, should he perish or anything else, that he wanted Rudon to have an ample amount of power.
Which medallion was it again?
He said that
he
it
said
has power over the states of water.
He said it has power over the states of water, and that it is a blue medallion.
I know that's the water medallion, man. I'm not stupid.
Potentially. Who knows?
I don't know. You may be stupid.
You might
Sounds
be.
like a water medallion.
No, it sounds like glue. It sounds like.
The water medallion. That would be catastrophic for the rest of you. Gorthos can't drink.
I mean, that's some.
I can
Well,
float.
depending on how badly the desert needs water, which it could be.
Its current state is a very difficult problem to consider.
I wonder, could it manipulate water when there's no water there?
Oh, there's definitely water, just not on the surface.
Hey, Deco.
What's up?
Since we've been here for a while, have I felt any, like, big amounts of, like, cursed energy stuff in the desert specifically?
Not cursed energy, but you do feel upon being here for a little while, especially if you were trying to look into it, Marco, you do feel there is something in the air. Would you like to roll me for your magic, please?
I would love to roll for my magic, please.
Need roll for my magic.
No.
Since I've got it.
You didn't ask me before, so no.
And then, what specifically did these things do? Okay. First roll is a 15.
That's pretty good.
Second roll is a 9. So
With a 17, you do find that you feel magic in the air, but it's very similar to how you had felt it before at Hyrule. You feel that there is magic, but the source of whatever this magic is nowhere near you. You can only assume that that means that the source is either something in the desert or potentially that legend that Galen had warned you guys about. But there is definitely magic in the air.
Gotcha.
Alrighty then. So, we got a carriage ready to go?
Sierra hasn't returned yet. Or Galen, for that matter.
Sierra would return, given enough time. She would make her way back, and she would motion that whenever you guys bring up a carriage, she would let you know that that your guys' carriage is just outside of this place. However, the carriage itself is very hard to go into the desert with because it is a carriage.
It is in fact a carriage. You need a sand seal.
Well, more than that, the wheels of the carriage would most likely just sink into the sands.
The wheels of the carriage get stuck.
Perhaps there's a lack of sleds in the area currently.
It's not that there's a lack of sleds. It's the fact that the sleds are all sort of with the Gerudo, as well as the majority of the tamed sand seals.
Of course.
The horse that you guys had lent me, motions toward Marco, it's able to get somewhat into the desert, but as soon as we go any further than honestly where we are, it begins to start having trouble with the different kinds of terrain. Not to mention there's the Lizalfos.
No, they're all over the place still.
Lizalfos and to an extent bokoblins, though I believe most of them sink into the sand whenever they try to do much of anything.
It is quite pathetic to watch, yes.
Well, how do we plan to get there? Do we just walk or like...
I was planning to just walk. Galen should know how to get there, right? Where's he?
Yeah.
I think he went that way. Trying to see look into the extended camping areas. But I'm sure that Orion and I could probably sniff him out.
I'm sure that everything's fine. No, I'm playing. You guys want to start making your way over toward where Gallon is? It's very easy to find. As you start making your way through, there is a bit of a commotion as a handsome man is making his way through the tents looking for things. You do find that there is a lot of other tents outside of this place, more than Gallon would have prepared you guys for. There is a good several dozen of other large tents out here. And the people that are out here mostly are, again, as I mentioned, mostly are women. To certain extents, they are highly into human women. Some of them are Zora. There are very few men in this place, other than the ones that are at the very top of this place, and again, it's the ones that you have brought with you. A lot of women seem to be mostly here, and you can assume they're looking for their husbands or anything of that nature. You do find that as Gallon makes his way back toward all of you guys, just as you guys would come down from the stairs, he would give you guys a wave. Hey!
Any luck?
People haven't really seen a Gerudo staying in this place for a long while. Mostly they're back at one of the two cities. I did learn something, however. The settlement outside the temple may be a little bit bigger than we had thought. A whole bunch bigger.
That's certainly a solid number, you said.
Well, if rumors are to be true, think Castletown?
Oh.
It is much bigger.
That is rather big.
Remember, you guys are mostly that one little section of Castletown is not all of Castletown.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We're well aware that was not all of Castletown.
That's pretty big, especially
Apparently,
under short notice.
apparently people aren't just coming from Hyrule; they're coming from on the other side of the desert as well. Some of the roaming Gerudo factions have joined in too.
It's a lot more difficult, but that's to be expected.
So what? She wants to make a big city in the desert and rule over it? Is that just?
I think she
big
already
thing?
has.
Would you not?
I had asked people if they had any kind of map or anything, but nobody said that they did. I tried asking when they thought people had started making this, just so I would know what kind of a time frame I'm looking at, but they wouldn't say anything there either. Nobody knows really when they started, but it's apparently big.
Must have been some time then.
Whenever the
Worked
Gerudo
once.
don't want you to know something, you're usually out of the loop. Nobody makes their way this far out.
So maybe Sheikah. Maybe.
Even they will mostly stick around, from what they told me over in Kakariko. Even they mostly just stick around the royal family and their own town.
They've gotten lazier. All right.
I asked to see
That's
if Jasmine was around. Apparently, people had said before that she was leading a big group of Sheikah over here, but nobody seems to have known them. Though, to be fair, it's a group of Sheikah, so I would not even hesitate to think that they were just gone.
Gone, completely disguised as a caravan, that
Yeah.
sort of thing. Though it would be trouble if all of their men suddenly split off from their group.
No, they didn't bring any.
Okay, good.
Whenever I was there talking with them, they specifically asked for women. I think it's like Jasna and her mom and like some other people. Her mom's nice though.
That's good.
Oh.
would just like to meet them one day.
I wonder if they brought any of the chickens. I can't say chicken. I wonder if they brought any of the cacos.
No idea. I could not even imagine what that would do to the local ecosystem.
It would completely ruin it. The Molduga would go extinct.
Also, Gallon.
They would kill the Molduga.
Gallon.
Huh?
I could sense some magic in the air. Could you sense that too?
Oh, yeah, but I've been distracted. Sorry.
That's fair.
I can't really. He like looks up. He was about to just say I can't really figure anything out, but I will have him roll. Polo, would you like to roll for Gallon's magic?
Yeah. We will make our way to the dice and we will pick it up and
He will
put
have
it
a
down.
higher DC for reasons.
16.
But that is still a 21, I believe.
You still have
22?
21.
That is a 22, I believe, yeah.
Oh.
Gallon looks very distracted. Polo, you understand why. He was looking around for his family and apparently haven't found them. However, you do note that as soon as he mentions to Marco, like, oh yeah, I haven't really been, and I don't think I can, it's over there.
What?
He just points over
there?
he just points over toward the west. Yeah, whatever it is, it's over there.
Oh, well, good.
Even when distracted, he is still very sharp.
Yeah, I knew that he'd be able to figure it out.
So, there's a couple places we can go if you guys want to make your way. We can make our way over toward this new city, though it's apparently really big, so maybe the sooner than later there, because we're gonna be there a while. We could make our way down to the old city. I could take you guys over toward my grandma's place, or again, we could just wander aimlessly into the desert, I suppose.
I mean,
Motions
it is
motions
tempting.
toward where the western thing is, like we can go toward whatever the fuck that was.
I mean, it is quite tempting, you know, just wandering aimlessly in the desert, forgetting all our troubles completely, and just perishing out there.
Oh, I was just mostly meaning that's where that feeling comes from.
Right.
Alright, so west then.
Toward whatever this feeling is, or toward the city.
One of those assumes they must be interlinked in some fashion.
From what I can tell, one's a little bit away from the other. I can't really pinpoint it exactly, but I was gonna take you guys over toward the temple, and in order to do that, you basically just have to hug the motions over toward the mountains. I can't remember what it's called. Hug the hills. I don't know.
Mountains?
I don't know what the ridge would be called. Hug the that.
Dune?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
No, dunes of sand pile.
Highlands. We'll say Highlands. Thank you very much,
Okay.
Metsubo Twin. We just have to hug the Highlands, and we can make our way exactly where I went to the temple. It also wouldn't get lost. The sands can
probably
be rough, even whenever it's not this hot.
It sounds like it'd be the best way to go.
This journey will be difficult.
Cliff! Thank you, Red Mystery. Hug the cliffside.
Don't you hate when you forget words?
I know, right? I do it all the fucking time.
I know. I actually genuinely hate it.
Especially when it's
Tell
like
you.
simple words.
Yeah.
So yeah, of the 4 places Gallon said, the old city, which you guys would know would be a little bit off to the southwest. The new city, which is apparently toward the northwest, hugging the cliffside. In between there, which is where that feeling seems to be, somewhere off toward the west, maybe further, maybe shorter, who knows, just off into the desert itself, or toward his grandma's place, which would be somewhere off to the south of where you guys are. south-southeast, maybe. He seems to think that going to the city would be good because it is apparently a lot larger than you guys realized.
The city and the city is around the temple, right? Is what we've established.
That's what that's what he's apparently. That's what you guys apparently have figured out, because the temple. The temple used to just be.
In my brain.
The temple used to just be where the Iron Knuckles were. Now it is apparently a city that rivals the size of Castletown.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's not good. The rumors of that glass switch, though, is
according to Gallon, that's the person who was his grandma, which is why he mentioned his grandma's place.
It may be prudent to check your grandmother's abode. If there are glass storms in the deserts, maybe finding a source or prevention of that might be beneficial for literally everybody involved.
I've never heard somebody chasing after a glass storm, but I'm down.
That is a good point.
It's not about chasing after and being chased.
It's the opposite way, but at the same time, we can make our way there pretty quick from here.
A short detour.
Are you guys all wanting to go on this short detour?
Sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
We've got a week. It's fine.
Well, you got 5 days.
Slightly less than a week.
We got a Hylian week.
Okay. Are you guys just going to be walking then?
I guess.
Okay.
Carriage our way there.
Yep. I was just asking because you guys do have several things here that could potentially allow some of you guys to ride your way there.
Well,
we have the big Don. We have the dwarf, maybe.
That's literally the only two. Also, nobody touch Gorthos.
Nobody touch Gorthos, for the love of God.
I'm gonna get rid of your bearings.
Gorthos, can we put you in your bag while you're in your body? Because
Gorthos thought he would take the wizard's form, but
do you want to take the wizard form?
Well, it might be prudent because right now he's probably a hazard.
Gorthos, would you like
yourself into your enemies?
Gorthos, would you like to roll me for your experience, please?
I would love to do the thing I'm really good at.
Just so I can remind you of something, if you, and just in case you forgot it, because it's been probably 3 years.
Oh Jesus Christ! Just tell me, please.
That's a 16. That's pretty good. You do remember whenever I had first mentioned the place that this body had fallen in was in a desert.
Ah, fuck! I'm not switching. Damn it.
get wrecked.
I had mentioned that it was in a very desolate,
desolate, awful shit place.
So you know, you might learn some new stuff about your Donu body in the desert.
Donu might get some memories. Gorthos will walk. It's fine. He'll run.
Okay.
We get you like a cooling elixir, Gorthos. Just slap it on the body.
Is Gorthos okay in this armor right now?
Yeah, you're fine.
Gorthos is fine. What do you mean?
yourself are fine. You are giving off a lot of like cast iron pan energy, but you're fine.
Gorthos is perfectly fine. What do you ask?
The air is significantly hotter around Gorthos.
Gorthos, whenever you step, you're leaving glass footprints.
Looks down. Huh.
I'm kidding. Obviously, it's not
I know. I know. It's just a really funny image.
Gorthos looks to his sword. It's a 1,000-degree knife.
So finally, you reveal your true name to him.
I would say I would not need a skillet with you here.
It's true.
Fashionable and functional.
You guys
Dark
just
Nut armor
fucking,
truly is
you guys
equality.
just fucking beat the shit out of a Lizalfos, cut it up, and cook it on Gorthos.
You can grill meat on these armors.
Gorthos just
Friday
laying in the
armor.
Gorthos just laying in the sand, and you're putting fucking meat on it.
You can grill meat on these greaves.
One interspecies reviewer.
I was about to say it's just like the interspecies reviewer thing with the fucking salamander.
Salamanders.
Oh yeah.
I would never watch that though.
I would never watch that either.
I wouldn't.
I was thinking Dungeon Mesh because armor.
Yeah, Dungeon Man. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That's what
I
I
mean,
was.
I mean, fuck it. I've seen interspecies reviewers. I watched it for the plot. What did you watch it for?
It was pretty hot.
Actually, yeah.
Listen, I'm honest
Very
with myself. Both.
Dude,
Also,
looking at the
cowards not
salamander,
dubbing
looking
it.
at the salamander, and you're like, you lose a few things chasing a dream.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. They were cowards for dropping that dub.
The ICU with a thumbs up.
Actual cowards for not going through with the dub of that after getting the rights. Fuck
We
them.
were
they
robbed.
should've
We
done
were
it.
robbed.
We were
We
robbed.
were robbed at peak.
So we go into the desert.
Anyhow.
So we go into the super not sexy desert.
Not sexy, stupid, not sexy desert. As you guys start making your way through the desert, I do have the glorious return of the encounter table,
Yeah.
Oh boy.
which has new encounters on it, specifically for the desert.
Are there any other third kinds?
Encounters in the desert.
Are there any encounters
Glass
of the
door.
third kind?
I don't need a D20 for it. Where's the D12? To make a D12? I might have to make a
Glass
D12.
door.
Okay.
You find a glass elemental.
I have a D12.
I'm already making one. How dare
That'd
you?
be horrifying.
Yo, actually, there was a game where you could actually summon glass monsters as units. It was fucking awesome. It was
I
a
want
good,
them
that
the
was a
same
good game.
color.
It was Rise of Nations, I think it's Rise of Nations, Rise of Legends.
All
was the
right.
game. It was really fun.
Here's the thing. I would like for one of you to call out odds or evens while I'm rolling this.
Okay.
And depending on the number and if you called it right, we'll see what happens. So who's wanting to call out odds or evens this time?
Evens.
All right.
There
Eric
we
can
go.
no longer do it ever again.
Cool.
But we are now going
You're
to see if
exempt.
this hits an even. That is an even!
Let's go.
Okay, on the even table. Okay. Interesting. All right. You were very close to something very funny. For me, not for you.
Glass door.
That potentially may happen a lot. Don't worry about that, though. This is still decently funny. In fact, I'm really surprised you hit this one before you ever hit one of them ever. So the first one of this that you guys will ever actually fucking see will be this one, which is extremely funny to me. You guys are making your way through the desert, going off to your southeast from where the camp is. As you guys are doing such a thing, you do take note. There appears to be a suspicious looking lump in the sand around 20 feet ahead of you. Now, when I say suspicious looking lump, I mean you can see what appears to be a tail coming out of said lump. You see a green, sort of scaly tail sticking out from it. Also, Eric, get back in the room.
I'm fucking trying, man.
I'm doing it.
I'm working on it.
So there's a suspicious lump in the sand.
There's a suspicious lump with a green scaly tail sticking out from it.
Just one lump?
Just a single lump. if you would like to approach it or figure other things out about it or do anything else, you can do so.
Are there like big dunes nearby that would have a vantage point of this as a potential trap?
It is mostly flat. You are noticing. I guess you're not noticing. Roll me for your. Are you paying? Okay. Beforehand, let's make sure you are paying attention to the area around it.
Yes.
All right. Roll me for your diligence. I needed to know that specifically because there are only certain things you guys can look around at, and if you're looking at this, then the others have to look at the other things.
This is fine. Diligence is it's one of my highest ones, so it's fine.
I was really hoping for a nat one. I was really hoping for a nat one after you said that.
Get wrecked. 18 plus 6.
You note around the area, the suspicious lump, by the way, would be like we'll say like here.
No, that helps.
Oh, fine, I'll make it a different color.
That's good.
Make it bright ass green like the tail. It's around like here. And again has like a little tail sticking out. There you go. You do note the area around it seems to be somewhat, I want to say jagged. You find that some areas about it seem to be scarred by something, as if something had scratched around at it. Looking at it in the way that you did with a 24, I believe would have been the max out.
Yes.
It looks
24.
as if there was a fight here.
Is the tail twitching?
The tail is just laying.
So it's trying to hide. It doesn't seem like it's specifically can tell if it's alive or dead. Beyond it hiding in the sand.
The tail is just laying there. Anybody else have anything they want to look at?
Well, if this is all jagged over here, Gorthos, I think would like check like over this way and these ways. Like, is there anything strange in these dunes that might indicate someone waiting for something stupid to walk towards a tail sticking out of the
You're
ground?
trying to look around the area about, see if there's more around, is what you're trying to say?
Yes.
All right, roll me for your diligence as well.
Yeah. You should do it.
Yeah, let's go back to Sunlands. I like the Sunlands. Yeah.
There's sun. Rip. It's on that one, but it's 6.
There could be. You don't know. There are several dunes about. None of them have like tails sticking out of them, but there are some other dunes about. Some of them relatively smaller.
You can't see anything else currently, but
Anybody else have anything they'd like to look at?
How big is this? Does it look like Dawn sized, or does it look like
Smaller than
Smaller.
Dawn. Roll me for a we'll say experience for you.
oh, my best stat?
I mean,
That's 4.
You don't really know. It's large, but it's not like it's not Dawn size large.
No, re-roll that.
Oh, okay. You're re-rolling that.
Oh, okay. Blech. That's a 6.
Damn it.
Re-roll one more time. One last time.
That's a 3.
I tried to give you a fleeting because somebody had given Gorthos a fleeting and I didn't notice it. So I tried to just try to make up for it by that. but it didn't seem to help. So Gorthos still has a
Ronan
fleeting.
is determined to be stupid today.
You're not dumb. You just can't see anything.
We used some mark of power. Can we turn this into a...
Also, Ronan
That's
isn't
not
dumb.
a miss.
Where have you been?
But no,
So
you
I
can't really
rolled,
discern much of anything.
So I rolled. I was saying maybe if I pulled the visor up it'd help, but I rolled in that one.
Oh, what were you rolling for?
I got a fleeting, so I rolled.
Oh, well, you are already.
In the cacophony.
Oh, that's fine then. If you re-rolled your thing, that's fine too. You also have a heroism I'm going to give you because I can't. I'm trying to find where the fleet. There they are. There's the fleeting heroisms. But yes,
Yeah.
you didn't change your thought. What you would look
Yeah,
at.
no.
You can't really discern much of anything. Polo, are you looking about anything here? There's apparently, according to Marco, there's a land around that is somewhat battle scarred, as if battle had taken place here. There is a mound that has a green tail sticking out. Nothing really can be discerned of it too much. Are you looking about anything else in this area, or are you looking at the tail or the mound itself for anything?
Probably giving a look at the tail. Probably giving a couple sniffs. If
Are
anything
you
smells off.
Are you getting closer, or are you just sniffing from here?
She will get maybe about here.
Okay. Roll me
It's
for.
Yeah. Well, the logic being that even depending on how long it's been there, hot desert equals tinky. So
No, that's
it'll
perfect.
be-
That's perfectly fine. Roll me instinct. Because it's so hot here, roll me instinct with advantage.
Hey, how tinky?
What is your tink?
How good is my tinky sensor? 17.
It's a 19 altogether, I believe.
It can be. It is probably tinky.
Polo, you smell blood.
Oh.
There is semi-fresh blood around the area. With a 19, it does seem to be coming from the mound.
Yeah, that's she'll take a couple sniffs, and as soon as it like hits her, she'll look back at everybody, and it's just like, my brain.
Blood has been spilled here recently.
Oh, we think whatever. Okay,
It
this
is
thing is bleeding.
coming from that mound. Yes. I can only deduce that it is fresh, but
Or-
that does not mean that whatever that is alive.
Ronan will take steps over.
Yeah.
Nothing has jumped out at you.
He will
Weapon's still out, doesn't matter.
kind of start. He will like give Mound a nudge.
You nudge the mound. I'm gonna roll something really quick. Nothing seems to happen.
Walks over, reaches into the sand, just trying to pull something out.
Trying to pull something out.
Yeah.
I mean, roll again for something because of you.
Oh right. Oh no.
Oh, good job, little guy. Gorthos, roll me a d4.
Cool.
How much fire damage do you do to this thing?
4.
Oh no. You hear as you pull
maybe-
from the area. What appears to be
Oh hey, Will made these.
Oh.
you pull somewhat of a body of a Lizalthos up. As you pull it up, you notice that there are large gashes among the scales of the front of this creature. As you pull it out, it seems to just sort of just lay and allow it to happen. It is not fighting against you.
Do I hear a sizzling though?
It does appear to sort of jerk whenever you grabbed it and pulled it, but it sort of seems to have given up any sense of fighting against you. So you don't know if you're hurting it, but maybe.
He gently puts it back down. It hurts. It lives. So
Gorthos, you also roll me for your experience, because this is something you would know.
yeah.
Potentially. I'm not sure if it's something you're thinking about right now, but you would know something about this in particular.
About Lizalfos?
Yes.
They're really tough. But,
Ronan, you would actually know as well, but you won't know about the desert in particular, so no, you're not going to roll that. Just Gorthos. What'd you get?
16 plus 7.
Gorthos, you would know this is not a desert Lizalfos.
Gorthos looks back, just yelling, it's still alive. Wait.
This is not a Lizalfos you would find in the desert. These Lizalfos are not the ones that would hide in the sand, because the bright green scales don't really hide in sand well.
What are you doing here? We should patch this up before it dies.
It took 4 from you. I'm gonna roll it one more time to see how it's doing, see if it can do anything here. It's pretty tough. It seems to almost croak back at you for a second. You're not expecting much, but it does seem to say water. This Lizalfos just used the Hylian common tongue.
Hylian? You're from the spring. We need water now. Now.
Grabs Gallon, pulls.
Gallon's like, I got it.
I've brought water.
You see Gallon, as he's getting dragged over, does seem to be like searching his pockets, like, oh, I don't have my water skin. Right, I'm playing.
That was not the time. Later, though.
He goes over, and you just see him bring out his book. He does seem to stick his hand out slightly, and from the tips of his finger, a little tiny spring of water seems to start coming from it. You see the Lizalfos scramble to him.
Don't choke, yo.
He does seem to take some of it in. Mostly you see him putting his head and his tail and everything under it. As he is seemingly overheating more than he is thirsting.
In that case, you should have one of these. Ronan will pull out cooling elixir from his bag.
Hey, I was wondering if you would have remembered it. You give him a cooling elixir. As you do, he does seem to look to it and immediately drink it down. As he does, ice in the desert. How?
You can take my girlfriend. She's pretty great.
It is a cooling elixir, a potion to fight the heat.
I see.
You can talk.
Yes. Recently, yes.
Blessed by the sun.
He looks around.
What?
You know of the waters at the Sun Temple, then?
Oh, just a following Gallon.
Yes, I have been blessed by the waters from there.
Oh. Yeah. We met like a moblin that could talk because of that stuff too, right?
Yes, a bokoblin.
You have met others, but you do not slay me.
Do you think we have a reason to?
You're not really doing anything. You were hurt.
was attacked here by cousins and others.
There are sand dwellings off us nearby. You're an easy target here, friend. Why are you here, of all places?
I felt a call to come here. Though, once I was beaten to near death, it seems that call has quietened.
Were you seeing like the face of a lady in your head or something?
A lady. Perhaps there was a female, yes. Points toward Gallon, kind of like you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So for magic expanded from just being people to including monsters?
It seems anyone can fall into the affliction of the Gerudo chieftain's curse.
Curse. If it is curse, then no, not anyone. My brothers and sisters did not. When they saw, only I and 2 others. Those.
Oh, it's maybe because you drank the water.
Yes, the others did not drink of the sun's waters, no. It's a curse of language, you think?
No.
Maybe more just understanding.
Yeah.
Still pouring water on him, has taken it slightly more seriously now that he's like, fuck, it's my people that did this to you? Okay.
Fuck, it's my fault by proxy, I'm sorry.
He's just actually just like putting like a decent amount of water onto his scales and things. You actually see him as well pull out the book of the goddess of time and sort of give him a small heal. He still doesn't know if he should fully heal him.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm.
Yes, the waters seem to have expanded your capacity to understand the world, then. The afflictions that come with that. As all things do.
I thank you for your kindness.
You have a name.
Name? No, the one who gave this to me only called me Lizalfos. My name in my tongue would be
Where does not have the ability to speak that?
Can you repeat that once more?
Halslasset.
Halsin.
Halsin.
It's close. And I think it'd be easier for us to call you that, maybe, if you do not mind.
Less of a non-reptilian description.
I do not. If that is easier for you, then Lizalfos, then yes, Halsin. I will now be a bear. No.
Look, I don't play fucking. I don't fucking play Baldur's Gate, okay?
No, it's fine. We're Halsin, but it's spelled differently. It's spelled with several more S's.
3 S's.
Yeah.
At least.
And a Z.
It's Helson, not Halsin. Yeah.
Halsin.
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 The lift.
Yeah, the
The
lift.
lift.
Then
No. Congratulations. We can now communicate properly. Gorthos. A pleasure to make your acquaintance properly.
Gorthos. I know of that name.
Do you?
I do. You are one that is known to an ancient Lizalfos, one that no longer lives. Well, witch in your tongue, I believe.
Gorthos knows who you're talking about.
Yeah.
She was quite the interesting,
I know not anything else, but I have heard the name. You all are kind. I will not bite you if you are worried.
I wasn't.
No, there was no worry of that. All things, especially now.
Most people I've seen will think I will eat them. I only will eat them if I am hungry and there is no fish. I enjoy fish a lot.
Nutrition is very good.
Just nutrition.
Mhm.
And fish is a strange way to call them. The others I like, kako,
Tacos.
moo,
Oh, apparently you're very brave.
cows.
Cows.
Cow.
Oh, not moo cow, just cow.
Just cow.
Okay,
Just cow.
all right. Also,
Oh,
very,
there's also
very
another-
brave. Looks to her, looks to Ronan.
Oh, you said cuckoo, and I was like, oh man. According to Gorthos, they're one of the most terrifying creatures to ever exist.
Yes, you must
Yes.
eat them quickly. We usually
Yeah,
just eat their eggs.
Much safer practice. Yes. But Gorthos can understand that people feeding them and all.
We
He doesn't
we do
have to worry.
eat sometimes others when we are hungry or when we need to. I
That's
have
different.
seen many of my brothers and sisters eat other meats. I have yet to have need of that.
You know, if more people drank from the pool, perhaps there would never be a need for that.
I am thankful for the sun god's blessing. It has allowed me many opportunity. It also brought me here, so that's a small not good.
It somewhat evens itself out. I think it's one way to say it.
Yeah, at least it wasn't Zolaire who actually brought you here. It was the chief of this place. Chief.
We tried.
I
but
see.
we were-
Yes. I will not hold you here. I will find, looks around, my way to where I am going.
You have no idea where you are, do you?
I do not know where to go now. No, I was coming to a place and now I no longer feel I need to.
How far out are we from the camp we left?
You're about half an hour away from there. However, sending Lizalfos to camp probably wouldn't be the
Yeah.
greatest idea.
I'm just curious. Well, we certainly have a ways to travel ourselves, and without an entourage, Gorthos fears for your safety, Helson.
Then, shall I wait here?
Oh, absolutely not.
I had dug myself into the sand to block the sun.
Understandable. Gorthos thinks that he should come with us for the time being.
I could protect you, yes, I could do that. Perhaps
Okay.
protect you from cousins.
can identify where they're hiding.
Yes, it's simple enough. I just did not think they would attack me before.
These are dangerous times we live in.
Is it normal for your cousins to attack you or others?
I have only met smaller other tribes of cousins. Never any from the desert, but some from the mountains and others from lands beyond. We are usually very friendly with each other. Some fights happen for bouts of strength or tests of leadership, but never
But not
never
like this.
ambush or never cruel.
That assumes your friends didn't make it.
Did they?
The other two who came with Helson are dead, yes. Cousins took them. I escaped to here, buried.
Did they act differently beyond their attack, or anything differently than what the Zolfos would?
No, not different at all. I'm gonna roll real quick. No,
Oh,
they were
different.
perfectly fine and 12. No, oh, there is one small thing. They also spoke of your tongue.
Immediately.
Then that means they may.
But no, nothing other than that.
And they must have found a place to drink too.
There
Or
was
something else.
There was one other thing. Could not run from them. Could not run away. While we were fighting, there was wind around everywhere. Try to pass the wind and you hurt.
There's sharp little things flying through the air.
Yes, you would be cut if you tried to escape. That's why I buried myself.
They are using the glass storms, or with whoever?
Or whoever's making the glass storms has a bunch of smart Lizalfos doing their bidding.
Aeromancers. Interesting. It seems you have competition going. The wind mages.
Well, if it's somebody pretending to be my grandmother or using her magic, then I assume I should be able to defeat it with the genuine article of what she taught me. Never finished all of our training, of course, but, you know, I got strong.
I might be able to try to help get rid of some of that wind as well with my new handy dandy song. So I guess
there
we
you
can see
go.
how that goes.
Maybe one day we'll figure out our names and we'll both be like anti-winds, Oracle of no winds, and Sage of no winds.
I don't think that's the title.
No,
going
I'm
to
not
choose.
going with that either. I'm wanting something much better.
I figured you of all people were gonna try to make something with Polo for your whole deal.
Huh?
The Sage of dating a demon princess.
That's not something that allocates becoming a sage.
I'm the only sage that could do it.
He turns to Porthos, turns to Elson. You will be in.
It's just that raised finger, mouth open, like, and then just closes it.
Come with us. We're traveling to a witch's abode.
Of course, I will do so. Protect you from all threats. Thank you.
Good to have you.
If you are hungry, I could find food, or you could eat tail.
Oh, I don't. Generous of you.
He just fucking rips his tail out. And he's just like, don't worry, it grows back.
I mean, yeah. Why do you think it was out in the open? It was so that if it gets chomped on, he can run away.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be fair.
Those elves are very interesting creatures.
He's like, I won't eat you. Don't worry. You can eat me if you need to, but only the tail,
This
please.
part, because it won't be me anymore.
It's okay. Well, we'll probably have to go back through the camp anyway. We could send him like to Lon Lon.
I'm so glad this is the first encounter you guys got.
Yeah.
This sets a great tone for this adventure. And
Basically, the way that the encounters are split up here is if you get the thing correct. So if you call the thing heads or tails correctly, then the table is mostly somewhat good effects that aren't like combat-y. There's a couple that might be considered that, but only in certain circumstances. And the other side is the other way. There are slightly negative things you might see. Some of them are combat-y, some of them aren't. So that's kind of like where we're going at here.
Hell yeah.
A total of 24 things. Some of them are the same in either one of them, just with slight differences.
Gotcha.
For example, with this one, I have to take away another encounter you would have had with him on the other side.
Oh,
'Cause
where
there
where he's a dickbag who tries to kill us.
Where he thinks you're trying to kill him.
Oh, okay.
So he will fight you, and eventually, if you get him down enough, he's like, I'm sorry, wait, no.
It would have been real sad if we did, because we are like, we're not gonna hurt things that aren't attacking us.
Yeah.
Oh, something attacked us? Well, I guess it snooped off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Basically, the difference between this one and that encounter is that he was far too hurt to actually raise himself up here.
Gotcha.
The other one, he would have been slightly less hurt. And been like, oh, they're gonna come try to eat my tail. I'm gonna kick their ass.
And we have good information from him.
Yeah.
Now we know that the Zalfos and Sandstorms are probably going to be together if we find them. Hooray!
Apparently, at least during that encounter that he had, the sandstorm sort of surrounded the area, not letting him leave. So that was interesting.
This brings the Lizalfos back to the group. Good news, we've made a new ally.
I wonder why they were trying to kill them, though. It's just like, maybe it's just because they are just not desert Lizalfos, they wouldn't be useful to them.
Who knows?
Yeah, Gorothos can think of far more petty reasons.
True enough.
You guys now have little Helthin with Helthin. Helthin.
Halfin.
Nice. There's no S's at all. Helthin. You guys now have Halthin with you. With Halthin, he will attempt to eye any kind of threat that comes to you. In other words, whenever you guys are approaching certain encounters, I might give you guys advantage on some of your rolls since Halthin's around.
Hey.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. That being said, we will have to roll for one more encounter before you make it to the next area.
As we get to walking, heckin' Ronan would kind of like to himself just be like, hey, Saho, are you awake? Hey,
You're trying to speak
awake?
to the one inside of you?
Yeah.
1 second. Trying to get the correct thing over here so that it doesn't turn into a weird sound. It probably
like we-
will. There we go.
Zalfos.
Ha-da-da-da. No, that's not it. That's a little bit too deep. A little bit too deep. There we go.
You're
There
fine,
we
you're
go.
getting it.
Yes, Ronan. I'm here.
Hey, how you doing?
Relatively well. Somewhat still confused on events that have happened since I've been gone, but we are near.
Near?
We are near my home.
Oh yeah. We made our way over to the desert like we were planning.
I can tell that the waters that I'm feeling nearby are not extremely strong. There is no current, but that is the waters that, well, the only waters left in this desert that are connected with me. I can sense other waters, newer waters, though, perhaps from the north, or perhaps that have been brought here since you had taken me from my waters before.
I would have no idea how long ago that was.
Neither would I, unless I was there at the time. That being said, perhaps if we do go to those new waters, I could perhaps bring you through them.
That would be nice.
The waters here in the desert, while the newer waters are not connected with me yet, if I am to bring myself to them, perhaps I could connect the waters we are heading towards with those waters. Maybe even bringing you and your allies along them. Perhaps for better travel.
Oh. Well, that certainly would be that would be nifty if you could pull that off.
The only other waters that I sense about that I could make my way to is the Great Waters off to the southeast from here. Far to the southeast.
Okay. Well, I'll try to keep an eye out for any of those, if you can, like, point them out along the way.
Are you okay? When I had last felt you before, you were getting attacked.
That whole situation has been resolved, thankfully. I'm feeling much better now.
I had attempted to throw whatever essence I could in front of the attack, but I feared that it might have been too little, and that you might have still gotten hurt.
No, you gave more than enough. Thank you very much for that.
There is no need to thank me. You are the one who saved me before. I only wished that I could return the favor, and it appears at least that I might have.
I would say you definitely did.
Well,
glad to know you're doing okay.
I am feeling very strong ever since you had made your way out from the Sacred Realm. Still slightly confused how that was possible, but it is appreciated nonetheless. I was with you as well whenever you were sleeping the other night. Unfortunately, you had fallen. I had brought myself to, I had brought you to your feet as best as I could, though I do not believe your partner appreciated my intervention much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
she was very
I can imagine.
She was very suspicious of me, I'm sorry to say. She calmed down eventually.
That's good. Yeah, I guess I could see why that might be a little strange to her. But thank you for the help.
Is
hey, by the way,
anything you wish to know on Brighton calling to me?
Yeah, actually, I did have a question. We just met this, Zolfo's friend here. I don't know how much of that conversation you were present for.
I'm present around you, and I try to pay attention. I believe I understand most of what was said.
Is there, like, a place like that here? Where like, monsters can drink stuff and then get smarter?
Here. I believe that I could I believe that I could give blessing to this place. I've done it before, though it has been very long since my presence has been felt by this desert. So nothing of my own blessings most likely remain to this day. I could attempt to bless them again if you wish.
Well, I mean, he seems like he's already got it. I don't know how much it would do for him now.
Oh no,
I was mostly just wondering if
my
the ones that attacked him.
My blessings would be different than the blessings of the Sun God.
Oh, like what would they do?
The Sun God Zolaire his blessings is love, understanding, those types of things. He allows those who drink from their waters to be able to bypass any sort of barriers of communication. Mine would be more of, I guess, protection. Ones that would allow for, I guess, safe passage.
Interesting. If we come across one of those little pools, I mean, yeah, that'd be great if you could get that going again.
I do not know how long it would last, but I would be very, very proud to be able to aid you in any way that I can. You are making your way toward, again, the last pool that I feel that I have been connected with. If you are able to find it, that would be most likely the best place for me to attempt this.
Yeah, that would. I'll
I
make
feel
sure the
that
others.
a blessing that I may have, or at least a bit of my own power, is coming from one of your allies as well.
Really?
Perhaps they had spent a long time inside of those waters.
Oh, yeah, that's Gallon. Yeah.
Sorry. Had to giggle. Perhaps.
Interesting.
If
All
there
right,
is
then,
anything you
I'll,
need, I will be of aid as much as I can, especially now that I actually can help you.
Thank you very much. That's very appreciated.
The
And if
voice
there's anything you want
quietens.
while we're here, just make sure to let me know.
Anything that I want, I do not know. I do not really. I am just happy to still be alive, to be honest. I have not thought of anything ever since you pulled me from out of time. I do not know what I would want. Even before then, I was just a river, slowly moving throughout an unknown land, slowly ending.
Well, now that you've, got another shot at things, if you think of anything, then don't hesitate to let me know.
I will try to think on something that perhaps I may want. I haven't had many people try to appease me in quite a long time. I am not one that had a lot of followers, at least near the end of my life, before you had saved me. So I am not used to tribute.
It's not so much tribute as it just is friends doing friends favors.
Of course.
Friends
then-
help out friends.
Of course. Then I will look forward to any favor you may give, and I will try to find favor I can give in return.
Alrighty.
The voice does seem to somewhat quiet after a bit.
And he will, probably catch up with the group. I imagine you probably lag behind a little bit.
Yeah, you were just sounding like. Everybody's like, "Is
Kinda
Ronan okay?
walking-
Is Ronan okay?" But no, you guys would move. I'm going to roll the final encounter thing for between the two areas. Someone other than Eric. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Okay, no longer from Emerald, at least until everybody has gone once. It is odds!
Oh no,
Nice.
that just means that the other side will have to get the bad one.
Oh, yep, that means
I'll bear my cross.
that means the other two are gonna have bad ones. We're never gonna get good side again. Oh fuck.
Oh no, I guess the
We've-
wrong thing, and now we have to deal with the glass monsoon.
I love this one. It is called The Omen.
Oh, that's not a good sign at all.
It's Good Omen, guys. Like that show called Good Omen
Like that show that's totally popular right now.
that
in
I
Ireland,
told
probably.
you've seen before.
As you guys would make your way throughout the deserts, you guys would find yourself at the top of a large dune in the sands, a little bit beyond where you guys are watching, you guys will see that there is a slight, I guess, movement throughout the sands, but mostly you can see beyond where a small shack and a small oasis is. Ronan, you can definitely feel that is the oasis of the river goddess that's inside of you. It is definitely the waters they were talking about. Gallum points over to it like, oh yeah, that's where I was doing my training. It's great. It's great. I love that place. Anyway. However,
Parking flashback.
he's just like sitting there like thinking about how he spent a year standing in that water.
Echoing machine gun sounds playing in the background.
I'm just thinking about this for a second, Dan. His grandmom really put him into the waters of a dead god to train him in magic.
Yeah, she sure did.
Well, she wasn't dead. She wasn't
she
around
just
anymore.
was gone.
Who no one else was using. No one else is using it, and the fairy fountain was so far away.
I wonder if she did that because this was Sahao's. Huh.
Maybe. You don't have a lot of time to think about that, however.
Oh yeah.
Cool. What's the
Because,
omen?
as I mentioned, you guys see some kind of shifting a little bit in the sands until, looking far off and away, as the sands begin to show more and more shifting throughout the area, you find that eventually something erupts from the sands about, we'll say around like half a mile away from you, because you guys are able to see quite a lot in this place. However, the fact you can see this thing at all really shows how big it is.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Whoa.
Is that a like?
More like a nah, thanks.
So that's definitely not a like.
That's a nope.
That's a.
You guys
What
see
is that?
far off.
Fuck no.
Fuck off.
That's a fuck off. That's no. That's a fuck this. That's a.
No, that's
That's a no.
absolutely not.
It's a hate.
No, thank you.
Delete that tri-state area over there with that in it.
That is
Lead to Tri-State.
Gorthos. You would know what this is, though nobody
Cool.
here, including Gallon, would know what this is. As Gallon's
Cool.
just like, that's a nope.
Yeah.
That's a no.
So what is this fucking nightmare?
That is a creature known as a lever.
That's called a lever.
That is an ancient demon.
Oh, an ancient demon. That explains everything. What does an ancient lever like to do?
They like eating people, is what they like
They
to
like
do.
to leave, is what they like to do. Because that's why they're
So
called
I do have-
levers.
I do
'cause
have
they
to ask-
fuck off.
Yeah, why is it called a lever?
Because it leaves.
Because it leaves no trace of those.
Because it leaves us alone.
Okay, cool. So,
Because we're thinking of it, or is it a special spelling for lever?
It is Leever.
cool, lever. Okay. An ancient demon called a lever. Cool. It
As you
consumes things.
as you notice it coming out from the ground, you also notice around it a sandstorm begins to build.
Oh no.
However, because this is the good dice, it is far enough away from you that it does not look like it has either noticed you nor the sandstorm is big enough to come to you.
Man, that's great. Question: does it work like Tremors or Dune, or
So like,
how does it work?
You know, just to give you a thought of this thing, you thought these things were gone. These things used to eat Moldugas.
Cool, like whole, like completely whole.
Sometimes.
Cool. Good, noted. Glad to know that.
You also note that they can be big. A lot of the times they're smaller than this as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes, at least from times whenever you had seen them in action before, the smaller ones were around the size of Hylians.
Okay, human size. This
Yeah.
is Molduga size.
Yeah, this is a large one.
Is it like swallow a Molduga whole size?
Yes.
Cool.
From you looking at it from like half a mile away, you're decently sure.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
just
So-
be clear on the description that you've given us about this.
Oh,
Does it
Brother's
seem
gonna
like
give a
the-
great descriptor.
Did the sandstorm happen as soon as it came out?
It seemed
Or
to
did-
happen as soon as it opened up its little jowls upon exiting the sand.
Did it make any hard screeching noises?
Most likely, but it is very far
Cool.
away.
Cool. Fantastic.
Is it flailing around like it's being hurt by the sandstorm?
Currently, it is surrounded by a sandstorm. You're not entirely sure.
Okay, cool. So it's the sandstorm is not just a little localized thing. It is a big sandstorm. Got
It is surrounding it at the moment. Either it has made the sandstorm or the sandstorm was made around it. Who
Okay.
knows?
Both are bad. I don't like either.
bad. What I don't know what to think about.
So as we're
Look at all
all
its
walking,
teeth.
I don't like all of those. What does it need teeth for?
Hey, yo, girl, what that mouth do?
No,
I mean, look at that. Look, there's only teeth on the tentacle.
that's not a good thing. No matter what, it's even worse. So
So
we see this. Gorthos just stops fucking dead and just yells, "They aren't extinct yet!"
whatever it is, apparently not.
Oh,
Ronan's gonna.
Link just like looks over like, oh, that I haven't seen that in a long time.
How did it get so big? What has it been eating?
Moldugas?
Ronan's gonna go
Usually-
over.
You just see
They were
Gallon.
gone.
You just see Gallon like, oh, that's what happened to the Moldugas.
Oh, there's no more of them, are there? He liked those.
It ate the Molduga?
I don't know if all of them. I don't know. I've never seen that thing either.
I've never
That-
seen a Molduga.
That is called a lever, and it is an ancient primordial demon.
I think we should make like levers and leave.
I heard that Molduga fins make wonderful soup.
They do. They do.
Well, before we get to any leaving,
It is
Ronan's
slowly
gonna-
moving away from you guys, by the way.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Just, we just have to watch it. It's like a like where it's just shimmying or it's just like dive back down or
You would know that they sort of shimmy.
I don't like that it shimmies.
It just does a little jig as it makes its way across the desert. He's like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
always a wiggler.
Oh, yeah.
He's a
Close it
wiggly.
up.
He's
Yeah,
a
that's how they
wiggly.
move.
He's a
Yeah.
wiggler.
You
Freaking hits that gritty on its way.
They can move. They
Shot.
can move above the sand by wiggling. They are much faster when they burrow back into the sand.
Yeah, we don't want that part.
So,
We don't want that part.
normally they're just they're just highly incised. Sometimes they get that big. He was hoping they never got that big again. That's really bad.
I've
it
had
like a big
I've had this
snake?
art for like 4 or 5
Yeah,
months. I'm very happy about it.
Yeah. It's more like a giant mouth and stomach.
Yep.
Giant mouth and
That's
stomach. Got it.
that's about the long and short of its entire anatomy.
So it's just a random monster. Got it.
It was meant to cause terror and consume everything in sight.
So yeah,
The
I've never
rise
seen
was
that
the worst.
before or heard anything about that. That thing's new.
Yeah, it's not. It's just being seen by us now. Great. You're sure you've never heard of that?
Oh,
That's
I have never seen or heard of that thing ever. I would not be living here if that thing was also here.
Yeah.
As soon as
if
they
I
would,
would've
as
gone
soon as
for a
they would have
year-
told me that I could leave the desert, I would not have came back.
So Gallon, I'm now thinking that your brother was right about his time frame. You've been gone for a year. If that thing's here and you'd never noticed it before.
Oh, that would suck.
That would
or
really
or you've just never had or never had bad enough fortune to have to run into one of those things. Even when they're small, they're particularly fast underground. They also do that, but don't let it fool you. It is excessively lethal.
He's just a little jiggly guy.
It is
If that were-
excessively
that-
lethal, though.
We should be thankful that the lands of Hyrule proper are not suitable for those kinds of creatures. Likes though, that's another story, but
Fuck's a like.
less bad than that, but still pretty bad.
You've never heard of likes?
I'm not a big dungeon fanboy. I don't know.
It's the same concept, way easier to get out of than
They
that.
love eating shields.
Exclusively for some.
That's why I don't use shields.
You just see Link look down like, I miss my jeweled shield.
Orthos also misses that shield.
I also miss my mirror shield.
I miss my disgusting faced mirror shield.
You lost the mirror shield. What did this happen? You know that was supposed to be stuck in the fire temple, right?
Well, maybe you should make it to where they don't melt inside of like legs.
They're not supposed to.
Well, tell that to previous me.
You can't.
It takes a while for a like to digest a shield.
It's like,
do you
you
mean
can't.
it melted?
Oh yeah? Let's find out. They look over. No new Link shows up. Damn. You guys would see this creature shimmying about, going on its day. Eventually it would disappear back down into the sands. And as it would do that, the sandstorm sticks around for a little while, but also dissipates as well.
That really doesn't bode well.
Again, either meaning it summoned it or it left, so whoever summoned it got rid of it.
Both
I don't like
options are
either
awful.
option here. Both suck.
So, Gordos has a newfound terror of the desert. Fantastic. Let's keep going.
Well, if Sahao said she can maybe give us some protection if we go over to this here thingy here.
You mean
he's gonna-
this here thingy here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Oasis.
On a wayside.
You guys do find that as you continue your way over, you guys were extremely close to where the small oasis was that Galen had said. A little bit off to the north of it, you guys do see what appears to be a small hut, just a little bit off from the way. I don't have the thing for that, but I do have the person who has the thing for that, and I'm gonna grab it. I just didn't think we needed it today because I didn't think you guys were coming here. Anyway, I thought you guys were gonna immediately go. I thought you guys were immediately gonna go to the thing or go to the feeling of magic. I didn't think you were gonna come here. I will have it downloaded before next week, though.
Look, Glass Nightmare needs answer.
I'm very glad we get to show both the Lizalfos art and the Lever art today. I'm very happy about that.
I hate that you asked for a Lever. I hate you.
I didn't ask for it.
Oh.
What? God.
Lily gave this to me, and I'm like, yeah, that'll work. I was gonna ask for a Molduga.
Man.
I can't believe Lily gave us the worst option between a Molduga and this.
To be
God
fair,
damn it, Lily.
to be fair, these things aren't usually this big in actual Zelda.
No, we just wanted to play Zelda a la Dune.
That's what this is? I never knew that it was called a Lever. I thought it was just another weird like.
Oh, those
I found
things.
I found it from. I looked at the Zelda wiki. I see it. So that's what those are called.
Understand now. I hate this.
Fuck you anyway, Deco.
You don't love it?
No.
It's these things.
If I ride one, do I become the Quasar Hatterack?
You're fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about these.
If no, I don't fucking like it. No.
I get to become the chosen one from Dune.
That's what I just said.
I thought it was a different word for that.
You
No,
guys
get fucking educate inward.
You guys would eventually make your way here, at which point, Ronan, you do say that you could get some kind of a blessing. You can continue that conversation if you wish. I know I interrupted you before, which is why I'm saying you can keep going if you want to.
Oh,
because I'm like, you
yeah,
mean this place?
Yeah. I mean, he basically said all he wanted to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said she can.
But
give us
if
some,
any of you guys want to respond to it, then I guess is the better way of
A
saying it.
blessing, huh?
Yeah, kind of like what Zolaire has, only hers are a little different. They're more like protection based, I guess.
Would be great to have protection in the desert.
It sure would.
I see no reason not.
It also
to.
has a grid. I don't like it.
Oh well, is what it is.
The old maps had grids. What are you gonna do?
They hit the gritty.
Well, depending on what it is, perhaps we could use it.
I mean, it sounds like there's not a lot of reason not to.
I mean, there might be. Gallon steps forward. Whenever I was training here, Grandma used to always say that the waters of the desert were all, at least at one point, connected with each other. Not entirely sure what that means, but it could also potentially send that blessing all over the place.
I mean, it would be better than trying to go to each pool and getting rid of if it's cursed or not.
I mean, so how you said that they're disconnected right now, right?
From what I feel, yes. Though, I was more meaning spiritually. They may be meaning physically. I do not know. If you make your way in, then perhaps I can feel more.
If you were to do the blessing thing for this one, would it go to all the other ones as well?
I do not know if I'm that powerful.
He looks back over to Gallon. It sounds like that's not too much of a concern. I think it should be fine.
I'm no god. I don't know. Probably it'll be fine then. Can I have both? if I drink from this one, do I lose the ability to talk, or?
I think you'll probably be fine.
As far as I understand, a god's blessings don't usually say you can't have more.
It's like, do I become the stupid again, or?
Especially when they're both here, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
Or just walks up to the edge and just dips a fucking finger in, just hear.
Yes. As soon as you put anything near this of you just find that it immediately starts steaming.
It just pulls out like.
You're very hot, Morthos, we know.
Finally, someone acknowledges it.
For several seconds after you pull your finger out, it is still sizzling on your finger.
That is really bad. That should be distressing.
You see Dawn go over to you, and Dawn literally just lays around you.
You're being cuddled by Dawn now.
Those never knew he could be.
The coveted Dawn cuddle.
Those never thought he could be a space heater before.
You're like one of those like little.
Dawn looks so comfy as you get closer to him.
You're like you know how some people have like those little bags of beans that they put in the microwave for like heating going to bed? Those.
Dawn's like, yes, you're basically a lava pool.
He just stands there for a minute and just thinks and just turns to everyone. How did Donu survive this?
Apparently this was where he was at.
The Donu Exodus was from the desert. How did he survive being in this?
Apparently it's a lot hotter right now than, like, I remember it being, so maybe it was cooler back then too.
Are those things, if he sets on anything fabric, he will set it on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe Donu just had blessings in the desert that let them do their thing there?
I mean, Dwarfus wish she had more memory to confirm that or not.
Ronan, do you want to make your way toward the oasis?
Yeah.
Do you want to try to go into the oasis?
Yeah.
Ronan, as you step forward into the oasis, the others watching as you do find that the feeling about you somewhat gives a bit of a sort of understanding, or I guess better than understanding, a familiarity with this place. You look about, you dip your head underneath. You do find, looking about this place, it is deeper in certain parts than you would expect, but mostly it is big. It is just small enough for someone like of Gallon's height to be able to stand throughout, mostly even the middle of this. As you look about, you are decently sure that if it was this shallow, it has to physically be connected to other places. Otherwise, this place would have evaporated by now. I can feel
So
other,
there's like a...
I can feel other waters here, yes. Though perhaps they are deep within the ground of this place.
There's like underground parts of it.
I assumed that whenever I would shift people through these waters, it was magical more than physical, but perhaps it is similar to how the god of the lands does his. Perhaps instead of teleportation, it is less, perhaps it is more just transportation.
Wait a minute. The bandits used the underground tunnels made by the god of the lands, who is also the... Interesting. Okay, I'm putting pieces together in my brain, but they're not important right now. So, that could also be...
I want to bring up something, because now that you brought that up, this has been something I've been sitting on for so long.
I imagine.
Remember whenever I told you guys about the special carrots inside of the area outside of Lon Lon?
Yeah.
Those were carrots that had the blessing of the god of the lands.
God carrots.
They gave very good buffs to your physical stats, but also if you knew where to go from them, you could use the underground passageways with them.
Oh my god. Fuck.
I've been sitting here on those for a long time. Because you guys most are just like, oh, and then you gave them all to a little slime guy, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's funny.
It's okay. We'll just rip them out of Garf.
Come here, Garf.
I know. Well, actually, no. I think it ended up being a normal carrot.
Yeah.
We ended up getting a carrot from him though to put in the garden.
You guys got a carrot from him to put in the garden. It may be a normal carrot, but it could also potentially have a blessing on it.
I can't believe the possibility that Garf was a blessed choo-choo.
It's great, actually.
Garf was blessed by the god of the lands.
This is the goddamn navigator chew.
He's the chosen chew. The chosen one.
The chosen one is the nose of the captain. It's not
I'm coming.
Carrot nose. It's also a fucking compass arrow.
No, the chosen one is gonna be my next character in Zelda RPG.
He's gonna become Garf, son of Garf, the chew.
Oh, praise the sun god for giving me my intellect.
You do find
choose a trench coat.
You do find as you are in the waters that there is that sense of familiarity. After a while, I believe that my blessing may travel to other places if they are close, but I do not feel waters extremely close to this place. At least for the time being, the water should not move too far. Eventually my blessings may reach the other pools, but I feel that you would have to find more water if you wish to bring yourself to them. There is no immediate worry for that. Eventually, perhaps, but no immediate worries.
Okay, so we can...
I will find that there is one other thing that I must tell you.
What's that?
There are more places of water than I remember there being here.
Interesting. Okay.
It feels as if the waters from underground have been drawn to a new place in large quantities.
You can't get any feel for what's around the water, right? Just where the water is.
No, I'm sorry. Though, because of this, because those waters have been manipulated, I would need to touch them first before I could do anything with them. But I can exclude them, if need be.
Okay, so you do the blessing thing here, and they wouldn't get it.
Because they are a very obvious new thing. I believe that it is within my power that I can exclude there.
Well, that's good to know. I imagine the place with a lot of water is probably the city, and that's a place we don't want to have that right now.
It is interesting, because there is far more water on the surface than even in my time. This place, I feel like I can be even stronger here. Stronger than I believe I've ever been in this desert.
Oh, yeah?
I may not have need of hiding any longer.
You mean these are the waters? I could put you back in these waters and you'd be good?
I would have no worry of anyone coming to me and tainting me, or any sort of problem staying here. I might even be able to influence others again and perhaps gain tribute.
Well, that's great.
I also no longer feel any other godly presences around here.
Do you want to...
Not now, no. I still feel that I owe you. I wish to stay with you for as long as I can, to aid you. But perhaps later on I could ask that you aid me as well, as a friend? Maybe help me get a foothold in this place?
I'd be happy to.
I believe that I am no longer a river goddess. This is no river. If this is my home, perhaps I should name myself a goddess of the oasis.
Ooh, that does have a nice ring to it, you're right. Well, alright then.
And before Typical Novice says anything in chat, you did say it before I got to, but I've been calling this an oasis for a long while. Anyway.
Destroyed Typical Novice.
Anyway. I bless Typical Novice, goddess of the oasis. Anyway. There is a very calm but happy sensation that goes through you. You find that as this happiness seems to swell within you, the waters around you do begin to somewhat give light. You find that the somewhat murkiness at the bottom of the waters that had somewhat built up because of the dirt and sand seem to completely disappear. And as you step into this place, and once that feeling comes about you, everyone outside of the oasis would immediately find the oasis begin to almost immediately burst up with small droplets of water throughout the air. The area about becomes extremely cool. Very much, I'm trying to think of how you say something that is like the opposite of humid, but still like air, like water in the air. I forget words sometimes. It's like not humid, but
so like
it's not hot. Like it's not oppressively
tropical.
Humid. Kind of tropical. You feel
tropical
that
can still be humid.
Well, you feel that the air is plentiful with water in this region. It does not feel, it's very moist. It doesn't feel like you are in the desert any longer as you are around here. It feels like you are in a very nice climate, a very nice feeling area about you. The extra heat that was around the area seems to completely disperse. And as that extra heat completely disperses, you also find that the original heat of this land seems to lessen as well. You find a very cool temperature about you.
Saturated.
Don's like,
Saturated.
God fucking damn it.
Doused.
Doused. Little dripplies all over. Moist.
Moist. Muggy.
As this area feels a lot more hospitable. You find that, hey, you may have found a place in the desert that you guys do not have any fear that anyone can come to or taint in any way. You feel safe here. Even with that giant ass motherfucker storming its way throughout the desert, you feel like it can't come here.
Get fucked.
Do levers
Marco
have,
just
like,
flipping it up.
What
do
was
levers
that?
have like hydrophobia or something? Like,
No,
what do
you just feel safe in this area, as if nothing can harm you here.
Ah, safe.
Why is he so suspicious of that?
Even looking over toward where, again, the sandstorms are, you're not even sure if a storm could hurt this place at this point. But as you guys find that you have this sort of safe space the entire way through this place, especially with Ronan knowing that if you connect this place with other places, perhaps you can immediately just make your way back here almost in an instant, similarly to how the harem bandits do on the lands. You find maybe this isn't going to be so bad of a fight after all. You have something on your side that the others do not. A literal god of all the waters and the deserts. As all of this is said, I think we're going to end things there for the night.
Hell yeah, we did it. We saved the desert. Water.
Just when we get to the fucking city and their water just starts draining like a fucking toilet down into the underground area.
What?
I
Water
can't
supply
allow
gone,
you to
bitch.
have any water. You didn't ask me for water. I will take all of the water back. You're like, oh fuck.
You're getting a little power.
I
hungry there,
have
man.
power that you do not.
Man, you're starting to get weird here with this. No, I think you need to calm down a little bit.
No,
I am the ruler of the sands.
I can't wait for later on when the God of the Sands body finally dies out and she has to go back to being a god. She comes back and she's like, "The fuck you do to my desert?"
I was gone for 1,000 years. What happened?
It's an ocean now. You know how it's called a sea of sand before? I thought maybe just sea.
You see, I found these time stones in the sand. You see, and who knew this place used to actually always be an ocean? So I just turned it back to what it needed to be.
Really, you're the one who took from me. So
They're just like, they're seriously just like, oh man, there's more water in the desert. I don't feel like I'm dying, and there's no other godly presence here. I love this place.
Be a god again.
I can be,
a god.
not only can I be a god, I can be a stronger god than I've ever been.
the seat has been vacated.
Hello, God of the Sands. I guess we're gonna be working closely together in the desert now.
But yeah, we're gonna end things there for the night. I hope everybody had a good time. You guys now have new friend. New friend do his best to help you. Hopefully not like kill you in sleep.
Hopefully not. I don't think he will.
Maybe you could even have snack. Tail may be good.
It's you see, tail eating is like a very important part of their culture.
Yes, I can only trust all of you if you've eaten my tail.
Go on, eat my tail.
You see, it's not the eating part, it's the trust gained by him giving you his tail is the gesture.
Now that
More than-
each of you have a piece of me inside of you, I can consider you family.
Fucking reminds you of that fucking Dragon Maid anime where the fucking chick keeps trying to get the other chick to eat her
Oh
tail.
right, yeah.
But yes, we're going to end things here for the night. I hope everybody had fun. We will come back to this next week. I know, 3 weeks in a row, potentially. Let's go. And figure out more things about the desert and travel our way through and maybe find this new city with all of its new water and stuff going on. All that being said, have a question, please. Until next time, guys. Like always, later days.
Bye.
Goodbye.